thinking about changing locations and shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I.
Was dope. Shout out to you. Hey man, we support you, man. We support you. Hey, you ready? You ready to take over one of these positions this year, man? We rooting for you.
Trying.
Yeah, I seen they put you in a package where you was at tight end. You like doing stuff like that, man?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. You gonna get you a touchdown this year, right?
We'll try.
That's what's up, man.
Try to convince him.
All right.
And we are live in the building, man. That was an exclusive from my brother, landlord from Alabama. He provided that for the liquor store. I got to talk to one of my pet cats out there, man. TJ Baz, center, primed to actually get some playing time this year, man. So shout out to landlords for providing some exclusive content to the liquor store, man. And shout out to all y'all out there coming in and showing love to the platform, man. I see Darren Southern in the building. Daniel Barrera Sports Highlights in the building. Cynthia Casillas says, hi, Henny, and everyone locked in on the liquor store. Appreciate you for coming in and showing love to the channel. Salute, salute, salute. I see my boy Justin Kitchen in the building, man, helping us practice manifestation in the liquor store, man. We appreciate y'all. And, hey, y'all know the usual rules of engagement when y'all tap in with your independent content creators, man. First and foremost, when you slide in, make sure y'all hit that like button. The more likes that we get on the page, the more that it helps out with the algorithm, and, you know, the more folks can find the stuff, man. So if you got love for the liquor store, you want to see us grow, prosper, flourish, and all those other words that have positive connotations, hit that like button, man. It goes a long way in helping your boy out. After you hit that like button, make sure that you hit that share button. Because not only because your mom and them told you that sharing is caring, not only because of that, but also hit that like button because we're trying to manifest. Hit that share button because we're trying to manifest that 6th championship for the Dallas Cowboys, man. Title number 6 got to come in 2024. And we need all the positive energy, all the prayers. We need everything on our side to overcome this little bit of a slump that we're in. So help us manifest that 6th championship. Share the content 6 times and drop 6 emojis like my boy Justin Kitchen did. We're in the liquor store. You can put 6 shot glasses. You can put 6 championship trophies like my boy did. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Just help us manifest that title. Chris Bose, I see you, man. Salute to you for coming in and showing love as well. I see you. Ty. And it's a good day because Ty ain't calling your boy a snitch right now. So we good right now. My boy King G. Yeah, landlord out there in the trenches right now, man. You know, he done took a plane, a train, an airplane, a boat. My boy done did everything in his power to got there to Oxstar to bring y'all some content, man. So y'all make sure y'all tell landlord how much you appreciate him, man. Cause I damn sure do. It makes my job easier. I wasn't able to make it out to Oxnard this year due to getting real sick. You know, had to use up all my PTO and time off dealing with illness. But you know, he's a good friend. He's a good brother. In this space, he made sure that we had some exclusive content over here in the liquor store, man. So salute to my boy, man. Salute to my boy. He a real one for real. Darren said he been slapping the dog shit out the Eagles fans all day. And listen, man, make sure you ice your hand up, you sanitize, you do everything you need to do. Eagles fans eat horse shit. It's a part of their daily diet. You know, they eat it 3 times a day. I think they eat it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and they snack on it in between. You know what I'm saying? So, you just gotta make sure you sanitize. But please, continue to slap the shit out of Eagles fans, man. And if you're able to find one flying around, buzzing around like a fly, and you're able to lay hands on them, I will give you half off on all the merchandise inside the liquor store. Yeah, they had a great show, man. I tuned in and seen it. I seen it yesterday. I had tuned in and seen it. Great to see them. Share that platform with them. So yeah, man, that was great to see. Always a beautiful thing to see content creators come together and make good content together, man. It's always a beautiful thing to see. And hey, we got a lot to discuss. Training camp is still going on. We're gonna talk about folks who are succeeding, folks who are failing, a little bit of everything, man. And hey, last thing before we dive headfirst to this content. Make sure after you hit that like, that share, and everything else, make sure y'all hit that Cash App. Make sure y'all hit that Super Chat. We got to keep the lights on in the liquor store. And anything you're seeing does help, and it goes a long way so that we are able to continue to do the things that we do over here, man. So I appreciate y'all in advance. And let's go ahead and get into the content. So let's start off with this, man. And the Dallas Cowboys did actually sign a couple of players, right? So I made a reel earlier where I was not happy about them signing Darius Harris, right? Cause that was the first one that actually broke. Like the Darius Harris news came out before the Dallas Cowboys actually officially announced it, right? So I didn't actually know about the other signings and moves that the Dallas Cowboys made when I made the reel. So I wasn't really overly excited about signing Darius Harris because the man is pretty much a career practice squad guy. Now, Jared, you're going to see some clickbait headlines and shit like that, right? You're going to see some headlines say, the Dallas Cowboys signed 3-time Super Bowl winning linebacker. I'm like, oh, you could get some clicks out of that. But he really didn't contribute all that much in the, he spent a lot of time with the Chiefs. He spent a lot of time on the Chiefs practice squad, and he was a rotational guy, and he got in every blue moon and stuff like that. So if I'm not mistaken about the overall stats on the man, he got 58 career tackles, 33 games played in, a sack and a half on his career, right? So it's not like he's never played or that he's, just the worst player ever or anything like that. But I think there's going to be a lot of people that try to hype this up to get some clicks and views out of people who don't know any better. But yeah, Darius Harris, in my opinion, is just a camp body. Maybe somebody is a little bit more nicked than they're letting on. Maybe something's going on with one of the other linebackers that we're not aware of just yet. But I don't really see somebody like Darius Harris just being a contributor. And what makes me think that one of the linebackers might be injured or nursing something, they signed 2 of them. They also brought in Nick Vigil, who according to this, Nick Vigil has a relationship with Mike Zimmer. He played for Mike Zimmer in Minnesota, and he played for Paul Gunther, who Mike Zimmer brought in Cincinnati, right? Who was an assistant defensive coach on this team, who was supposedly a linebacker whisperer. You heard the quarterback whispers. Well, Gunther is supposedly a linebacker whisperer. So they brought in Nick Vigil and they brought in Darius Harris for the linebacker spot. One thing that they did that I'm looking at, they brought in defensive tackle Albert Huggins. Now, Huggins also, I don't know if he has a relationship with Mike Zimmer or anybody like that, but he's played for 4 teams in the last 4 years. He's another journeyman player, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not somebody that's going to be coming in and making a world of difference, in my opinion. Maybe they're not happy with Justin Rogers, right? Maybe they're not happy with their overall defensive tackle depth. But also, shout out to Miss Henny in the building. That's my beautiful wife in the chat box showing love. Y'all make sure y'all give her a shout out, man. That's my baby right there with the avatar. So, yeah, man. But I'm not really sure what kind of dividends they would pay bringing in Huggins. Because, one, if I'm not mistaken, I don't even think that Huggins is a 1-tech. I think Huggins is actually a 3-tech. And y'all know, generally the 1-tech is going to be the guy that's the proven, trash can full of dirt, run stopping, interior space eater. Like, that's generally the job of 1-techs. 3-techs are more so like Osa Odigizua, Guy to try to get upfield and get to the quarterback and get interior pressure. That's more what the 3-tech does. So I think that he may be a 3-tech and not really a run stopper. Because the last time I seen his listed weight, he was only like 300 pounds. So he's a smaller defensive tackle at that. So it would make sense if he was a 3-tech. Generally like a 1, they're gonna be like 320, 330, 340 if you're going to the massive size. Like 300 pounds, like that's a, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a guy that doesn't have a great size advantage on interior offensive linemen or anything. Like they got to use quickness, speed, hand placement, leverage to get up there. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's a 3-tech. So I'm not really seeing what kind of dividends these moves will pay, because I don't really see where these linebackers get in on the depth, in the depth rotation. Because Marvin Overshawn been going crazy. Overshawn been playing well. They have not given up on Damone Clark just yet. Some people are saying he's having a better camp at this point, right? Then, Eric Kendrick is a veteran. They signed him as a free agent to bring him in to pretty much be a leader for this linebacking core. So those are your 3 primary linebackers right there. Those are your 3 primary linebackers. So I'm not really sure what kind of dividends bringing in Nick Vigil or Darius Harris will pay for the Dallas Cowboys. Because, I think we're fine at that point. They might just be depth pieces. They might just be camp bodies. You never really know. We got preseason games to play, and maybe they don't want to get their primary linebackers beat up. They might not play Micah Parsons at all in preseason. They might not play Marvin Overshawn but a couple snaps in preseason, because he did just tear his damn ACL in preseason, right? So they probably want to be a little conservative with him. So yeah, man, you never really know though. So maybe they brought them in because preseason is around the corner and they need bodies to play, right? I don't know, but I don't really see this as being something to move the needle. Now, in regards to the moves, you can't just add all the players in the world and not make roster moves in accordance to that. So we actually moved CD Lamb to the reserve, did not report list to free up a roster spot. Of course, CD Lamb is going to get his active roster spot back the moment that he signs his extension or whenever he ends his holdout. So, disregard that. It's just a little bit of bookkeeping right now. They also placed Sam Williams on the injury reserve. He's gone for the year. So, of course, clearing up a roster spot for him makes perfect sense, right? Then they went ahead and they waived the linebacker / defensive end, Byron Vaughns. Not really familiar with Byron Vaughns at all. Don't know where he's from. Don't know his college production. Don't know what college team he played for. Anything. So, I didn't even know Byron. I'm going to keep 1,000 with y'all. I ain't know that we had a dude named Byron Vaughns on the damn team. So, I ain't know the kid. So, those were the moves that they made to sign these 3 guys in order to get Darius Harris, Albert Huggins, and Nick Vigil on the team. Moved CD Lamb to the reserve list. Moved Sam Williams to the injury reserve list. And they also waived a rookie, I guess he a pass rusher. They waived a rookie pass rusher that I was not familiar with. Right? So that's just pretty much what's going on in Cowboys country right now in regards to that. Now, let's actually talk about supposed winners and losers, for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, this list was brought up not by me. This was actually a list that I got from the New York Times. I forget the name of the author. If I find it, I'll pin it and tag it. Also, breaking news. The Seahawks are signing former Cowboys and Dolphins center Connor Williams. So Connor Williams got a new home. He's back in the NFC. And remember, we used to hate Connor Williams for some of the things that he did as a Dallas Cowboy. But, he really flourished and played well. He really flourished and played well with the Dolphins. He said, "Who is we, bruh? You just some random... Chris, you are a random dick-riding punk bitch in my comment box, talking to me like you know me. I would slap the shit out of you in front of your mama and your baby mama. Quit playing with me, Chris. Talk about who is we. Who is we? You was not included in anything, Chris, because you was a bitch. But anyway. So, no, I'm just saying. Like, people that be out here talking crazy on the internet from a safe place. You is a random weird dude in random people chat box with a frog emoji. Your life has not amounted to shit. You need to kill yourself. You just need to kill yourself, and hopefully, reincarnation actually exists. You can start over, because you failed in life up to this point. You're a grown man with a frog emoji talking shit on the internet in some random guy's chat box. Just kill yourself and start over, bro. But anyway, back to what we were talking about with the stock up. So we're here talking about stock, and they're saying that the wide receiver depth is something that's taking a jump up right now. So without CD Lamb, there's a bunch of guys. I'm gonna read it verbatim. I took the time out today to take the man article. So I'm gonna read it word for word for y'all. So he said, CD Lamb's absence has generated positive development at wide receiver. With Lamb on the field, which the Cowboys feel is inevitable, passes easily flow in the direction of number 88. Without Lamb, not only does each receiver move up a spot on the depth chart, but the ball is getting spread around too. He said, West is rebel. Hey, man. For real, though, man. To this point, the Jalen Tolbert hype is real. It needs to carry over to the regular season games. But Tolbert has been the number 2 receiver and drawn the attention of some of the top players in the Cowboys secondary, which is a talented group. Tolbert has responded by consistently getting open, and Dak Prescott has gone his way a lot. They haven't always connected, but Tolbert has rarely dropped catchable passes and made a lot of great plays along the sidelines. Henny, did you see Jalen Tolbert up and out on Bland? He beat Bland by... Yeah, I saw that. Beat him for a touchdown at that. So listen, I'm not there personally, but from everything that I'm hearing, from everybody that I know out there, from Land, from Wes, from all the other content creators, and from the video that's been putting out, Jalen Tolbert looks great. Now, there's been some times where, like they said, Jalen Tolbert hasn't won. There's been some times Jalen Tolbert didn't come up with the ball, but he's been making plays. He's been scoring. Him and Dak Prescott have scored a lot of touchdowns and got a lot of first downs. And listen, the Dallas Cowboys have some of the better corners in the National Football League. You have an all-pro in Trayvon Diggs that you get to go up against in every practice. You got an all-pro on the other side in Deron Bland you get to go up in every practice. And then Jordan Lewis has developed nicely into one of the better slot corners in the National Football League. Right? So you got a 3-headed monster at the cornerback position with what the Dallas Cowboys can put on the field. If you can consistently make plays against those guys, you're doing something. I know it's practice, right? I know it's practice, but you definitely can. You can put some stock into that. You can put some stock in Jalen Tolbert beating Deron Bland, or beating Trayvon Diggs, or beating Jordan Lewis. All those guys are veteran corners who have made a name for themselves in the National Football League. So if you can get up on them and make plays against them, you're doing damn good. Yo, facts though. Yeah, I know you were mailing me Action Jackson, but I hate when people say things on the internet they would never say in person. Like you're phony, you're fake, you're fronting, because a lot of motherfuckers will see people in person and not be, and these are the same kind of people that see people in person who can't make eye contact, dog. I don't like that. I hate that. But shout out to Jalen Tolbert, friend of the show. They saying he's doing good. But remember, they said wide receiver depth. They're not just talking about Jalen Tolbert coming through and making plays, right? They also said that Brandon Cooks looks solid, which isn't anything new in terms of practices. Digging further on the depth chart, Turpin has been involved in situations that cater to his quick, shifty skill set, such as passes into the flat or the occasional jet sweeps. And listen, I can save just from footage I've seen. He's also been scoring touchdowns. He's gotten behind guys at certain times. It's not just the little, it's not just the little trick things here and there. Hey, Lance said that Eric Scott had a great day today. They said he's starting to come along. He made some plays today. We all been talking about Kalen Carson and how well he's played and what he's done and how good he's looked. But they say that Eric Scott finally put together a good day of practice. I'm not sure if this one day is going to be enough for what Kalen Carson has done. Right? Kalen Carson has looked amazing. But they said that Eric Scott had a good day of training camp today. And it's really crazy because they were talking about Eric Scott in the same way that they're currently talking about Kalen Carson. Last training camp, Eric Scott was supposed to be the next shutdown corner. That's how they framed it. That's how they mentioned him, how they talked about him, how well he played. And it didn't really translate his first year. It didn't translate at all. So, that's why I'm sort of holding out on just crowning Kalen Carson just yet. Because of what happened with Eric Scott last year. He went to training camp darling. Preseason rolled around. He didn't play well. Then he never really got NFL action in the regular season. I don't want that for Kalen Carson. So, I'm going to be a little hesitant before I say that he's transcended and that he's ready. So, I'm going to wait till preseason and see what he do. But Eric Scott, from what I was told, is having a good preseason. Well, he had a good day at training camp today. That's what I should say. Oh yeah, y'all know I love Jalen Marino Cropper. If y'all remember when we did Cowboys College and all the other stuff, if y'all remember, outside of TJ Bass, Jalen Marino Cropper was one of my pet cats. Y'all can go back and look at the footage. But yeah, I'm happy that he's having a great training camp up to this point. He went crazy. Him, Tyron Billy Johnson, and that's one thing that's sort of crazy. I know that we're gonna have to see them boys in preseason and see what they can do against other similarly talented players, right? What's up? But the Dallas Cowboys really do seem to have a ton of playmaking wide receivers at this point. Because Tyron Billy Johnson is a 4-3 guy. If he's able to contribute, he has a skill set that fits perfectly with the West Coast offense. Like, remember, a lot of what you do in the West Coast offense is predicated on run after catch. You're getting the ball to wide receivers in space, and you're trying to see if they can break one. You want a wide receiver that can take a slant and turn it into a house call, or take a dump off into the flat and turn it into a house call. Now, we know with Dak Prescott being one of the better quarterbacks in the league, they throw the ball down the field a little bit more than a traditional West Coast offense. Still got most of the primary West Coast principles in there, but they still got built-in plays to suit Dak Prescott. So guys like that, I want them to succeed. Right? A guy like Tyron Billy Johnson, I want him to find a way to make it onto the active roster. Even though, guys like Jalen Brooks has been solid the whole time out. Guys like Jalen Tolbert. Like, we got to remember, CeeDee Lamb's coming back. So you already got CeeDee Lamb who's speaking for a roster spot. Brandon Cooks already done made the team. His roster spot is solidified. So really, Jalen Tolbert should be ahead of them. Kevontae Turpin got to be on the active roster to be the primary return man anyway. So he's already pretty much penciled in as wide receiver 4. How many wide receivers are the Dallas Cowboys actually going to carry? Right? How many wide receivers are the Dallas Cowboys actually going to carry? Are they going to carry 5? They're going to carry 6 on the active roster? Like, how that going to work out? One of these guys who's flashed all season, all training camp, one of these guys is going to end up on the practice squad or being cut and not making it back to the Dallas Cowboys. So we'll see. All right, so, and this is one I kind of sort of don't, because listen, I know what they're saying. I know that Brock Hoffman right now All right, 6 would be good. Six would be a good number. Cause that gets you two wide. That gives you 2 wide receivers, extra outside of the primary 4. So if you're saying that CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert, and Kevontae Turpin are already locks, Jalen Brooks is probably a lock for the 5th one. Then I would say Tyron Billy Johnson and Jalen Marino Cropper, might be in there for wide receiver 6. And Flip, we talk about practice. These guys might not be able to do this in a real actual game. Right? We talk about practice. We ain't even see these boys play in preseason. I still would have took an upgraded wide receiver, knowing what the hell that we're going to have to go up against to win a Super Bowl. But, at this moment in time, I am happy for the young guys to be playing well in camp. So don't get it twisted. Just because guys are playing well in practice don't mean I still don't want another wide receiver. But that's just me. You can disagree, brother. We're talking about Brock Hoffman. I don't know if I want to just concede to Brock Hoffman. They're trying to make it seem like Brock Hoffman is center number 1 as of today. Like if we played against the Browns, they're saying Brock Hoffman is probably going to be the starting center. Right? They've hyped him up to that point. They're saying that Cooper Beebe might not be as plug and play as you expected because he's got to get the snap down and all this other stuff. Right? I've done seen Brock Hoffman, get pushed around in the middle of that offensive line a couple times. He done got pushed around a little bit. I'm not as high on Brock Hoffman as the person that wrote this article. So, he can speak for himself. If he's high on Brock Hoffman right now, that's him. But I'm just saying, like, Brock Hoffman hasn't been terrible, but I'm also not finna just sit here and write home like he's... When we got rid of Tyler Biadasz, we wanted an improvement over that. I don't know if Brock Hoffman is better than Tyler Biadasz, and that's the issue. That in itself is the issue right now. For as much as we wanted more from Tyler Biadasz, I still think that Brock Hoffman's a step down from so far in an expanded sample size in training camp. I don't know, man. Like I thought he would handle the strength of the interior defensive lineman a little bit better than he has. He been getting folded like fresh laundry at points, man. You said Flournoy going to IR. I mean that'd be one way to save him. You open up a roster spot, you keep him around. If he got to go on IR this year, that's fine. You redshirt him, basically. Brandon Cooks is not going to be a Dallas Cowboy next year 9 times out of 10. I don't see them giving him a contract. Jalen Tolbert is going to need a contract, right? He's going to be in the final year of his deal. So keeping him on ice, letting him bring him along slowly. You'll need Ryan Flournoy more next year than you need him this year. Right, I put it like that. You'll need Ryan Flournoy more next year than you will this year. Right now, you got guys in place that can carry a majority of the load. But yeah, so disregard what he's talking about with Brock Hoffman. I don't agree with that. I don't think Brock Hoffman's stock has just jumped up like that. Yeah. I have no doubts because the man's 6'2". They say he's a pretty good athlete. He's been mentored by Chris Carter. So I think he got talent. But availability is also an ability. So, if you're not on the field improving your stock and showcasing what you can do actively, you sort of get lost in the shuffle. So yeah. It wouldn't be a bad idea to stash Cuz for this year. All right, so let's continue on. to the next one. He still talking about Brock Hoffman. Listen, I don't know if this man on payroll for the Dallas Cowboys or not, but he's talking about Brock Hoffman way too goddamn much. So let's move along to Kalen Carson, who everybody agrees deserves the love and the fanfare. He's been good, man. He's had great coverage. He's been around the ball. He said, listen, players get better. I'm not talking about him getting better. I'm talking about me watching him get his ass kicked in training camp. That's what the hell I'm talking about. We ain't talking about him, about player development or nothing, Flip. We done seen this man get his ass whipped in training camp. You can go ask some of the other content creators on how they feel about that. You ain't got to just take my word about it. He been still getting his ass whooped. I'm trying to be nice about it because I want to speak positivity into a guy that they gonna probably have starting for me. But man, the man has not been playing as good as they talking about. I'm just keeping a thou wow with y'all, and you'll see it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta even harp on it long. You'll see it when he lines up and plays. Now, granted, they're also saying that our boy Cooper Beebe can't even get the damn snap down at this point in time, so it's pretty much Brock Hoffman or bust. So it is what it is. But as for Kalen Carson, the Cowboys have a really strong outlook in the secondary, especially at cornerback. We know about the run blend, followed up his breakout season with a great start to camp, and Trayvon Diggs was in full pass Monday. I heard BB ain't ready yet. I also heard that Brock Hoffman been getting wore out. So, you know, that's where my concerns are coming from, right? If BB ain't ready and Brock Hoffman has been getting pushed around a little bit too much for my liking, why should I be speaking about the matter? Why should I be speaking about the matter in a calm manner? What are my options then, Flip? Because I ain't studying what Cuz wrote. I done already talk to my boys out there. I already done seen footage from training camp. Like, nah, the man is not playing as well as dude said in the article. And I'm talking about Brock Hoffman. Like, he ain't played as well as they talk about in this article. It's just not true. It's fluff. It's fluff. You know, that's why I had to make sure when we're talking and I'm talking about my standpoint on things, I'm letting y'all know I'm over here with it. I don't agree with what Cuz said. Said the Cowboys have a really strong... Yeah. Adding to the riches, rookie 5th round pick Kalen Carson has been hard to miss. He's very natural in there. It's not too big for him. That's what McCarthy said about him. I think he's going to be a really, really good player for us. How much he contributes will depend on how his reps go and how much time he gets inside and outside. I think he's having a very, very good camp. He's had flash plays almost every single day. And listen, Kalen Carson is somebody I will say, from everything I've seen and everything that people have told me, is really having a good camp. Right? You see how I didn't contest that? And he's having a great camp? Because I've seen it, and people that there have confirmed it for me. I can't say the same thing about Brock, but let me continue. Matter of fact, let me see if I got this, because I got some footage of Kalen Carson when he played against Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman was projected 1st round pick. He actually ended up going early 2nd round to the Buffalo Bills. If I was a guessing man, he's the Buffalo Bills' #1 wide receiver right now. So I'm finna play you some footage of Kalen Carson going up against him in college when they played against each other. So let me see if I can get this pulled up for y'all real quick. But while I'm doing that, though, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all make sure y'all hit that share button. Y'all make sure y'all slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, a troll, a hater, a dick puller. Slap the shit out of these weird motherfuckers, man. And also, make sure y'all hit that Cash App and that Super Chat, man. Let me see. Let me get Kalen Carson stuff pulled up, though. All right, I just about got it loaded up. Yeah, that's CeeDee Lamb cousin. So I guess being a fire-ass wide receiver running the bloodline. Also, credit to Full Time Dane. This is his video that I'm finna share with y'all real quick. Yeah, cut up some tape showing the hold on. I'm gonna let the tape play, then I'll be back. Oops. All right. That's him right there, got his hands on the ball. Angle. Should have been a pick. And listen. This is a guy he's going against that was supposed to be a first round pick. Now don't get it twisted. Keon did make plays. Keon did end up going out there and getting 2 touchdowns on the man. Right? He did end up getting 2 touchdowns and getting all kinds of, force of defensive pass interference. So yeah, so it wasn't like he completely shut Keon Coleman down, but the fact he was able to hang with him, get his hands on the ball, made his life miserable at points. That shows the kind of talent that he has. And we're not asking him, because Keon Coleman was the number 1 wide receiver for Florida State. We're not going to be asking Kalen Carson to play against other people's number 1 wide receivers. We're going to be asking him to do spot duty. He's going to come in and be the 4th corner here and there. He's going to be on some 3s maybe. Be on a 4th receiver. Be on a 2 at the most. Right? So, Kalen Carson, that was him displaying what actually got him in Dallas. That's why a lot of people said that he was the steal of the draft for the Dallas Cowboys. And hey, man, I know not everybody got it to give. I know not everybody can donate. I know not everybody can hit the Cash App. I know not everybody can hit the Super Chat. But if you can tell a friend to sub to the channel, we're trying to get to 3,000 subs. We got a little bit over 2,600 right now. If you could tell a friend, a family member, anybody that's a Dallas Cowboy supporter or a football fan, tell them to come sub to HTM Sports on YouTube, man. Just let them know to tap in with your boy. And I appreciate y'all in advance for doing that for your boy. He said that game versus what? Listen, and this is what y'all don't understand. I stood on the table for Brock Hoffman to get an opportunity, right? Y'all can go back and look at the shows. I stood on the table for Brock Hoffman to get an opportunity. Like before we even drafted Cooper Beebe, I asked the Dallas Cowboys to get Brock Hoffman or TJ Bass a chance at center. Right? So let's not act like I'm anti-Brock Hoffman. But I also have to report on what the hell's being said. If the people I trust are saying that he's struggling and that he's getting pushed around in the middle, right? Why should I come up here and act like everything flowers and rainbows and sunshine? You know what I'm saying? Why should I act like what's being reported to me ain't being reported to me? Right? That's an honest question. When he gives me something this year to be positive about and not to worry about, you know what I'm saying? That's when I'll go out there and I'll say more positive things. Because when I saw a limited sample size of him last year, right, I was happy and I was calling to see more of him. Now that he's getting more opportunities in training camp and he's struggling a little bit, I also got to call that out. That's fair. That's honest. Right? I will be disingenuous, right? I would be disingenuous if I told y'all everything was going fine on that front. What do you think about the Rams offensive lineman getting injured and Puka foot injury? I don't know anything about what's going on with the Rams. Honestly, you know, it's already hard enough to cover the Dallas Cowboys camp, so I don't really have any insight for you right now on the Rams. But I will say this: if Puka Nacua, matter of fact, I call him Pookie Nacua because he be out there killing y'all niggas. If Pookie Nacua is hurt, the Rams offense takes a substantial blow. The man was an all-pro last year. You already know that Cooper Kupp has had a bit of an injury issue lately. So if you don't have Puka Nacua for a prolonged period of time, or if he's hampered by injury, I'm not really sure what the Rams do. And to put it nicely in the words of my boy Rico Jones, fuck the Rams. I hope we end up playing in the postseason or something. We beat the boys by 40. But you know, he did ask a inquisitive question, you know, without any malice or anything. So I thought it was nice. I'd be nice to answer it. I mean, I guess not. They said Washington didn't even have a D-line at the end of the season. Plus, Jonathan Allen didn't play on Commanders that game. So Brock looking good that game isn't anything to hype technically. I mean, I gotta give him love for it still. I still gotta give him some kind of love for it. Cause it showed he could at least play. Cause think about the inverse. What if all that was true and he went out there against the Commanders and played badly? You know what I'm saying? What if he went out against the Commanders and played badly without them having those interior guys? All right, but let's continue on though, man. Shout out to Kalen Carson though for having a very, very good camp. Right, he having a very, very good camp. So shout out to Kalen Carson. So I can't wait to see what the rookies look like. I can't either. And matter of fact, we will have a watch party for the Dallas Cowboys preseason opener. So let's see. Let me see the Dallas Cowboys preseason. August the 11th. So the Dallas Cowboys play their first preseason game on Sunday at 3:30. So Sunday at 3:30. Really, we're gonna probably start this mug about 3:10, 3:15, something like that, so we can get in here and get situated. So Sunday at 3:10, we're gonna pop off a watch party for the Dallas Cowboys preseason game. And hopefully we'll get a pamphlet in the mail soon. We're supposed to be sending us one so we can know all the players and their numbers and everything else. Cowboys, some garbage. So's that dog in your picture, man. The fuck you talking about, cuz? Anyway, back to the content. Yeah, cuz out here, this mangy ass, worm infested ass dog in his profile picture and shit. Oops. Get my presentation back up here. Okay, we back. I still gotta get used to this new setup with this program, dog. Got no running back. Wolf Dog rip you apart. Wolf Dog get shot in the head, nigga. We live in Texas. Well, I don't know why y'all be acting like y'all dogs and y'all peoples be bulletproof and shit. We be shooting the shit out shit down here. So Wolf Dog rip you apart. No, Wolf Dog end up. Your dog was free property. You probably got that dog from the pound. You know what I'm saying? You probably got that dog from the pound. You thought it looked good because, you know, you're a little nasty cousin fucking motherfucker. You probably fuck your dog too. So, you know. to each its own, man. I don't judge. God does all the judging. But you know, if you are a Christian and you're doing that to the dog, you're going to hell. You're going to hell. Oh shit, cuz going to hell for molesting that dog. Anyway, I said the problem with the Cowboys also they didn't sign nobody. I'll say that. Yeah, man, I'll say that. Listen, I will give you that. Dallas Cowboys haven't signed anybody of note, so that's probably one of the reasons. If they fail, they will fail. Family, I don't give a fuck about you or your dog. You just came in here to talk about your dog. Nobody gives a fuck about that mangy motherfucker you got, dog. Nobody gives a shit about it. Motherfucker here talk about a wolf dog. Man, ain't give a fuck about no motherfucking mutt. Fucking mutt. Motherfucker so proud of a goddamn wolf dog. Nobody gives a damn about that shit, boy. These niggas so goddamn weird, bro. That's why we gotta stay out the internet, man. Like, weird motherfuckers just be all on the internet. Talk about a wolf dog. Yeah, shoot the shit out that dog. And you cry about it, shoot the shit out your ass too. What be wrong with these niggas, man? Alright, so let's go to stock down. Cause we done hyped all these other people up. Let's talk about some folks that say they stock is down at this point in time. And listen, Luke Schoonmaker stuff should be down. Because listen, I've heard that he's made some plays. Like, I heard that he made some plays here and there. You know what I'm saying? The issue is the man can't stay healthy. Availability is the best ability. If you cannot play when I ask you to play, it doesn't matter how good you can play when you decide you're able to play. If you can't get on the field, I can't trust you. The man was hindered last year going into training camp with a multitude of injuries, plantar fascia, and I think some other shit was going on. Right now, he's dealing with a groin injury. So I'm just saying, like, Luke probably, if Luke was not a second round pick, I'm not sure that he should make the team. Because you got other guys that can actually do his job and are already further along in their development as pass catchers and receivers. You got guys, you know, you got guys on this roster already that can do his job. That's why I'm really not sure why they brought in a blocking tight end with a second round pick. I'm not sure why they brought in a blocking tight end with a second round pick. He said Luke was balling for his injury. He was. Hold on, I gotta get the dog lover out of here, dog. You can go back to fucking your dog in peace now. We're back to talking football. Rico, I'm not sure why you ain't got a wrench, because you would have been to put Cuz out of his misery. So there you go. Congratulations, Rico. Not sure why you ain't had a wrench before this, Rico, but welcome to the wrench gang. Y'all welcome Rico to the wrench gang, man. Yeah, so yeah, we're done with the weird people. We don't want to hear shit about no inbred ass dog or the inbred motherfuckers, you know, that be breeding them. Here you go, Flip. There you go, my boy. You be in here, so there's your wrench. So welcome, Flip, to the wrench gang too. So both of y'all are wrenched up now. If folks come in here talking crazy, bust them upside their motherfucking head, dog. We don't be having time to talk about random shit with random people when we talking Dallas Cowboys football. You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably the highlight of his night. To sit in a chat box and shit talk strangers from the safety of his dog profile picture. I'm telling y'all, man, there's a lot of grown men that have failed in life. Cause that's what they want to do with their free time. They ain't trying to get no money. They ain't trying to be around no women. They ain't trying to travel. They ain't trying to improve their career. They want to be on the internet, talking shit. They want to be on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, whatever. But yeah, man, like John Stephen Jr., Brevin Spanford. If you talk about wide receivers that actually fit the prototypical mold of tight ends that Mike McCarthy like, it's those two. The big, playmaking, athletic tight ends that he can utilize in the pass game. Those are the things. Facts, Flip. And listen, we can disagree about football topics, anytime. You know what I'm saying? That's the point of a debate. You know what I'm saying? We go back and forth with our train of thoughts and our thought processes. I'm not finna sit here and hear randoms that don't even like the fucking team take away valuable time from the people that actually care about the team and care about the content. You know what I mean? So we're not finna do that. We're getting rid of all the stupid motherfuckers. So I don't know. I think Luke makes the team by default. There's too much draft capital tied up in them. They're not going to give up on them just yet. But, Peyton Hendershot, though, somebody who's stock down, I would say that his is, I think Peyton Hendershot stock is down a little bit more than Luke Schoonmaker's, if we're being 1,000% honest. Because I heard that Peyton Hendershot was on the way out the door last year before the injuries happened at the tight end spot. Right. It was out of necessity that Peyton Hendershot didn't get cut. This year, you can move on from them. You got two guys that you brought in with similar skill sets. You already got two guys that they brought in with similar skill sets. You already got Jake Ferguson, and then you got Luke Schoonmaker. There's already 4 tight ends spoken for. There's already 4 spots. So yeah, man. I don't really see how they make it. All right, now we got some notes from training camp today from Todd Archer before we wrap it up. Dexter, your life means absolutely nothing. So let me see. Dexter said he married his cousin in South Carolina. That checks out. He said he got a 1.1 in his Roth IRA. Okay. Dexter, your life means nothing. You got a Hong Kong Phooey avatar. You can't even show your face on the internet. You are a coward and a faggot like your mama and daddy raised you to be. Nobody cares about you. You have all that and you're empty inside. You feel less of a man. You are intimidated by black people. That's why you hide behind your avatar when you say the bullshit that you say. So please, Dexter, you can excuse yourself. You're never going to be able to come back in here because the mod's going to shoot you in the head. You'll never be remembered. Nobody gives a fuck about a dude named Dexter who ain't got shit that he's talking about. You still a lame motherfucker on the internet. It said the way McCarthy worded about Deuce today at press didn't sound confident working receiver reps. If anything, would make team for special teams. I don't even think that he should make, I don't even think he should make it on special teams. Because I got somebody that's better than him already. I got Cavonte Turpin. Anything special team related, I want Cavonte Turpin to do. I do not need a 5'5" dude that runs a 4.5 out there doing that for me. Paul, what's up, man? Long time no see, my boy. Long time no see. Appreciate you for tapping in. And hey, anybody just now coming in, man, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. Make sure y'all slap the shit out of an Eagles fan. Slap the shit out of a troll. And we gonna run it up in the liquor store, man. So let's see. All right. So from what Todd Archer said, for the first time in 125 passes during team and 7-on-7 drills, Dak Prescott was finally intercepted. So Jordan Lewis made a diving pick of a Dak Prescott throw on the scramble play in the 7-on-7 work. Unofficially, Dak Prescott is 100 of 152 with 18 touchdown passes. Not bad. Not bad at all. Matter of fact, let's crunch the numbers on that. You know I'm the numbers guy. So if you take 100 divided by 152. So Dak Prescott is currently completing 65.7% of his passes. He's thrown 18 touchdown passes to the one interception in training camp. So he's having a good training camp. He's having a very good training camp. Jordan Lewis, speaking of him, he said he might be moving better than he has at any point in his career. In addition to the pick, he had a leaping PBU on a throw to Cavante Turpin from Prescott. He also might have had a sack on Prescott. Damn. So, hey, Jay Luke going crazy. All right, Tyler Guyton returned to practice after missing 3 days with an illness. Okay, but he was kept out of team work. Luke Schoonmaker also returned to practice. Trey Lance got most of the backup quarterback action. Cooper Rush just took 1 turn in 7-on-7, 2 in team drills. Lance got 6. Yeah, he has a groin injury. If we're talking about the running back Royce Freeman, he has a groin. Luke Schoonmaker has a groin. So yeah. Tyler Guyton is fine. You know, he just had a big bout of the illness. So let's see. We got one more page from my boy Todd Archer, and we're gonna wrap this up. Lance threw 2 touchdown passes to Snoop Connor. Okay. He did throw a pick, but so really Trey Lance made a bad play worse. If it was a real game, he would have been sacked, or he would have been called dead for a sack. But instead of it actually being a sack, when he broke out and did the scramble thing and tried to throw it to the end zone, it got intercepted. So, you know, it is what it is with Trey at this point. It is what it is with Trey. We'll know what we need to know about Trey Lance in preseason, because they've already said they're going to give him all the opportunity in the world to play in preseason, to be out there trying to, you know, make some plays and develop and all this other stuff. So we'll see what's really going on with him. All right, so last week the wide receiver to watch was Tyron Billy Johnson. Today it was Jalen Moreno Cropper. He had 6 catches and 2 touchdowns. All right, Brandon Aubrey went 8 for 8. Willie Harvey Jr. carried tight end Jake Ferguson down the seam for a pass breakup on 7-on-7 drills. He worked with some of the first team with Eric Kendricks. All right. Yeah, NFL refs were in attendance for Tuesday practice and the flags were flying. At least 7 penalties were called. Not all were accepted, but they paid particularly close attention to the grabbing from the DBs. Well, what are y'all thoughts, man? What are y'all thoughts? Put my face back up here now. What are y'all thoughts? How y'all feeling about the Dallas Cowboys, you know, after the 3rd day of padded practice? What are y'all feeling? What are y'all thought process? Are there any guys in particular that y'all are higher on now that you've seen them in these team drills? Or are there any guys you're lower on? Or are you like me and you're just waiting for preseason to kick off? Because I'll change my tune about anybody that plays well in preseason against other folks' teams. You know, other guys fighting for their lives to make it in the NFL. I might feel differently about it. You know what I'm saying? But what are y'all thoughts? Who are y'all winners and losers in training camp so far? You heard me give y'all the reports and everything else. From your personal opinions, who's rising and falling in y'all standings right now? Put it in the chat box. I'm glad to hear TG is back. That boy is nice. Ask Micah. Okay. And if not, if you ain't got nothing to add, we're gonna wrap it up in here in just a second. We done reached that hour mark. If you got some stuff to add, we'll add it. If not, we're gonna depart from each other. Said one play trade. That boy Carson and J. Lou being sticky. Plus, I'm glad to see JT and Dak are in sync. I can agree with that. Need to see in preseason once tackling is happening. One play trade is the fairest work, but at this point, man, it's true though. At this point, that's what he is. That's what he does. He's good on deep throws. He's good at running the football. Still touch issues, still accuracy issues, still progression issues. Oh, okay. What's up, Daniel Ray? Who said, what's my thoughts on the kickoff rule? I really don't know just yet because I'm so fucking fickle. If Cavante Turpin goes crazy because of the kickoff rules, I love him. If the kickoff rules get the Dallas Cowboys an advantage, I love them. If they hoe us, if they get to the point where there's too many kick returns in the league and they're negatively affecting the Dallas Cowboys, I'm gonna hate it. That's how I'm feeling. I gotta see it in a real game with more of a sample size before I speak on it. Because if it end up benefiting us, and I'm gonna love it. That's just tell you what kind of person I am. I'm very conniving like that. Said honestly, all the tape I see of Trey Lance, he's looking like dumpster truck juice, floating balls everywhere. My boy Trey Fargo says rising, kneeling, J. Lou Cropper. What's crazy thing is I gotta ask somebody about kneeling. I haven't asked anybody about kneeling up to this point. But I have heard great things about J. Lou and Cropper. I think that's stupid. It takes the element of surprise out. Saints might not listen. The Saints changed the momentum of their Super Bowl win by kicking an unexpected onside kick fresh out of halftime. Right, they changed the momentum of the Super Bowl. They didn't go down there and get points, but they changed the field position. They changed momentum. That one of the things that helped propel them into winning their Super Bowl was an unannounced onside kick out of halftime. I don't think that should be the case. Salute to all y'all, man. It's been real chopping up with y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for showing all the love y'all been showing and rocking out with me. But on the way out, though, man, we finna wrap it up. Make sure y'all please hit that like button. Please hit that share button. Please hit that Cash App or that Super Chat to help me keep the lights on in the liquor store. Please slap that shit out of the Eagles fan. Please tell a friend or a family member to sub. And please make sure y'all spin the block next time I go live, man. I'll be back sometime tomorrow. And in the words of my brother West Coast Cowboy, man, never look down because the star is up. Peace, God bless, and your boy's out, man.
Thinking about changing locations and shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit, man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago, they ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool, I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace, I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend, we should try again. You been on my mind, you should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl, you know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule.